So let me tell you something. I want to ask you this, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Right now, where you are, what you are doing, I want to ask you, are you doing it because you love it? Are you doing it because you are trying to make somebody love you? Are you doing it because you're feeling so low and you're feeling like you've wronged somebody and you're forcing them to like you? Or you're forcing them to accept your apologies? I want you to ask yourself that question. You see, we are living in a life where, personally, even myself, I don't like the life I live. So this is what I tell people. If I don't like myself, I don't like my face, I have to put a makeup, and it is not just a light makeup. I've got to put a lot of makeup to cover my scars. I don't like my clothes because they are not branded. I don't like my car because it is too small. I don't like my job because I'm just doing it to make a living. I don't like my boyfriend or my girlfriend because I just got myself in this relationship, because my friends and colleagues and family are in a relationship. I cannot live or stay without, so I have to get my head into this. I don't like my phone because I can't afford an iPhone, but now I've got to use this Android. I'm asking all these questions to get you to what I want to talk about and help you understand how life is. You know, I don't want you to be in a pace that is not yours, to run a race that is not yours. Sometimes you are too much burdened. And what is burdening you is not something that is necessary. It's not a need, it's a want. You see, nowadays we are living a life full of wishes. I teach people every day here, and I tell people that there are three ways of life. There's a real life, there's a love that is fictioned, and there's a wish life. A real life is you. If you are black, you're black. You're white, you're white. You have a scar here, you have it. You don't want to paint it. You have a small car, it's yours. You have a small butt, people call them ass, it's yours. You have a big round face, it's yours. You have a small round face, small box zigzag face, it is yours. That's the real life. Then we have a fiction life. Fiction life is where I have to buy some makeup and cover my scars to appear decent. I have to go through a plastic surgery to expand my face, to point my nose, to make my nose pointed. I have to go through a plastic surgery to make my boom boom or my ass look big. That's a fiction life. Then there's a wish life where I live as John, but I'm feeling like if I would have been like Diamond Platinums, I would have been better. If I would have been like Barack Obama, I would have been better. If I would have been in an office working as a manager or a CEO, if I would have, that's a wish life. This is where I'm taking you to tonight. Where you are living, the way you are right now, do you like it? Are you in love with yourself? Are you in love with your surrounding? Are you in love with your job? Are you in love with everything that you get every single day? Before I go, let me just hear those answers. Let me see from you guys before I say something. Are you happy the way you are? Are you happy that you are born in the family where you are? Are you happy that you come from the country where you are? Are you proud of it? Are you happy that you are in that relationship that you are right now? Marriage, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancé, you've just been engaged, you are still in courtship. Are you happy that you're there? Or is it a push because your sisters are married and you're the eldest? Because your peer, your colleagues, those you went to school with have done, they're in a certain position. So the pressure is pushing you to be there. Are you? You see, I'm not here for you. I'm not here for you liking yourself. I'm not here for you loving yourself. But I'm bringing you from that point so I make you understand what I want to talk about tonight. I hope somebody's listening, and I hope this is touching somebody's life. And I want you to understand what makes you sometimes to feel like, you see, the world is just so crazy. You are overburdened because everything you look at is just a misery. Everything is just wrong. Do you know the reason why? It is because you have not questioned yourself the questions that have been given to you. If you answer these questions, you are not going to have a problem with the world. You are not going to have a problem with your president. You are not going to have a president with your boyfriend or girlfriend. You ain't going to have a problem with your manager or a supervisor because you yourself, you don't like yourself. You don't love the fact that you are born the way you are. You don't love the fact that you are doing that job. You don't love the fact that you are the mother of a certain baby, or you are a son of a certain man. You don't like it. You're not for it. You don't even feel like you still have to live a minute having the same as your identity. So, this is the topic for today. I've asked those few questions and I hope that you answered those questions from your heart. So let's get to the real topic today. Sometimes you are trying so hard to make somebody happy. You see, even in social media here, Lopez, thank you for that flower. Thank you so much, Lopez. People don't like your videos. People don't, feel that you're giving them the videos they want. And then you are trying to force people to like you. You are trying to force people to be in your life. You are trying to force people to understand that that thing in the past behind you was just a mistake. It doesn't define you. Whom are you gonna force to be happy with you? People choose to be happy with you, and you will never ever force people to love you. You can never force somebody to be happy for you. And what we keep on doing as human beings is we overcompensate. Do you know the meaning of compensating? For example, if you are walking and accidentally you step on somebody's tomatoes, where, I come from a country where people sell through stalls. They just place some cartons or sheets of paper down, and then they put potatoes, cassava, tomatoes, and then you are walking and you step on those tomatoes. What you need to do is to compensate them. You'll ask them, how much does it cost, the ones that I've stepped on, and then you will pay. But you see, there's something that is called happiness. If at all you yourself, you're not happy with the way you are, you're not happy with your situation right now, how do you expect somebody from another place, a different person, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mother, your father, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your colleagues, to be happy with you? And what we do as human beings, we try as much as possible. You want to change your hair, you want to change your clothing, you want to change your walking style, you want to change even your accent, you want to change everything so that you can be loved. You want to tell people that what I did was my past and I have gotten out of it, and you want them to now accept you in the society, to believe that yes, you have changed. I will tell you one thing. The much time you are wasting to explain to people the mistakes you did in the past, the much time you are overcompensating and, trying to put yourself in a prison as a slave of your past. God says that once you kneel down on the cross and you ask God to forgive you the sins, He has forgiven you and they have been washed away. You've got to know and understand that your situation have changed and you have become new. The only person that needs to understand you is God and yourself. The society will never. Because I can tell you, today, you are not getting those repels. You are not being rejected because you have not reached the level of competition. Sometimes things are so easy for you. Sometimes people are trying to show you that, they are welcoming you. But I will tell you this. You are not getting resistance because you have not leveled up. Your standard is still below them. By the time you will start to move step by step, leveling up and getting to those higher heights and passing their level, that's when they will remind you of the past. They will remind you of the day that you stole some money in the kiosk. They will remind you that, oh, you want to preach to us and you are a mother, you got a baby before you got married. They will tell you that now you are teaching us on how to do this, yet you did. See, everybody does a mistake. And if today God would be so, kind, more than kind. Sorry to say, God, forgive me for saying that. But if God was so kind to us to open the books and the pages of each one of us, so that when I sit here in Bahrain, in Manama, capital city of Bahrain, and I'm looking around outside, these walls that covers me here can be transparent, that I can see your heart. I can see you from 20 years before or 10 years ago. I will see scars, lots of it. People hide because people don't talk about their bad sides. Everyone tries to talk about their good sides. And that's why you will be in prison trying to please people that are reminding you about your bad sides. And remember, people who are insecure because their past is beyond tellings are the people who will always try to remind you about your past, because they want to make you feel that you are a sinner and they ain't, because they know that if you remember their sins before they remind you of yours, you will talk about them. But you are a person who doesn't mind, who doesn't take time to talk about other people's sins or other people's mistakes. My brothers and sisters, stop neglecting yourself trying to impress people. You will never impress even your man. You will never impress even your own children. You will never impress even your own mother. I've got friends, I've got, I call them candidates that I coach, who come to me because their own mother or father have disowned them just because they used to provide for the family, because they are abroad and they used to provide for their family, and because they lost job for the last 2-3 months, they cannot provide anymore. Their mothers and fathers have disowned them. You can never impress a human being that is walking on 2 wheels. You have got to understand that if you don't love yourself, no one is gonna love you. So you give yourself love and you appreciate others. You don't have to fight. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to impress. Impress yourself. I told you guys that one day I was teaching here and I said that, if you have never seduced yourself, if you have never tuned, some people say to tune, you have never looked at the mirror and tried to seduce yourself, you will never ever know what makes you happy. I want you to look at the mirror tonight. Stand in front of that mirror. Look at it and ask yourself, whoever you're seeing in that mirror, if you are the opposite sex, you are a man, and that is a woman you are looking at, would you be in love with her? If you are a man, you are a man right now, and you're looking at that mirror, and you ask yourself that if I was a woman, would I be in love with this man? When you say yes to yourself, you have started to understand what exactly you need in life. But what happens is this: we're gonna take a lot of makeups to do what is not needed to cover our scars. Somebody shared a very interesting picture on social media yesterday, and I was looking at this picture. I wish I could share it here. This picture was showing a man before shower, looks very shaggy. Before shower and trimming, a man looks very shaggy. Then a woman before shower looks so elegant, so beautiful, so gorgeous with lots of things. Then these two people went into the shower. When they came out, the man trimmed, the man showered, washed his face, and removed all the dust. And she was looking very awesome, very handsome. Then the lady came out of the shower, And then people were like, oh, she was so smooth. What happened to her face? What happened to her hair? She had Brazilian hair, wig that was bought from somewhere else. She had makeup all over her face. She rubbed them off. She washed them out. She was totally miserable. You see, I want you to realize this. The scars that you carry in your head, in your face, in your hand, in your stomach, in your leg, in your feet, defines you more than the makeup that you put on your face every time you want to go out. I tell ladies this. I love ladies to make up, but try to get in love with you without makeup. Try to make a day or two in a week going out shopping without makeup. Try to give yourself a week or 3 days or 4 days with your natural hair without making your hair. This builds confidence. You know, people want to build confidence. People want to pay money to go for courses to build confidence, not realizing that starting to feel and fall in love with your real self is building a confidence. When you start going to work with your real self, no makeups, no added hair, your natural hair, you put oil, you wash it, it's black, it's white, it's gray, you love it like that, and you go to work, you meet your colleagues, you build confidence. When you start to, just be yourself, wear dresses that, give you space. You don't wear tights. You just wear a dress that gives you space, that makes you walk without pulling it, without, trying to make it, you build confidence. What makes you not to have confidence is trying to fit into this generation. Trying to be like them, trying to impress people. Guys, you can never impress somebody who has decided to be unhappy with you. Somebody who has decided to remind you about your past, you can never do something to make them not to do that. Unless you have something that they want, they will be there to defend you. But once you give them whatever they want, they will turn around and accuse you. So instead of fighting to impress, fight to impress yourself. Fight to be natural. Fight to be you. Fight to be handsome naturally. Fight to be beautiful naturally. Find to walk on high heels. Find to walk on flat heels. Find to walk on your bare feet and you're comfortable with it. You are not walking on barefoot like our politicians do. Sometimes you find politicians who come to us and then they pretend during the campaign season, and mostly in African countries, during the campaign seasons, you see politicians coming to eat in the restaurants where we eat. Do they eat in those restaurants after you elect them? No, because they come to impress you to vote them. When our politicians want to be voted in, they come and they even wash our bedrooms. They even want to mop our houses. This is the kind of life you are trying to live when you are trying to impress people. And what happens is you lose your confidence, because once you impress them and you get whatever you want, and that what you want is no longer there, you will try to be yourself. And that's where you lose your confidence and you get things the other way.